Oh, welcome to my squirrel. Welcome to my couch. It's served me well since I started my private practice in 2016. Um, be kind. So what you've probably figured out by now is after day 4, I didn't video in the main quilting room because people were coming in earlier, and I was getting sucked into like projects. So it became difficult to navigate the whole filming thing. I'll have to figure something out for next adventure where I can film. Anyhow, so to catch you up, I spent one of the days, the Saturday in between the 2 retreats, quilting. I quilted a couple of things myself. And also I turned over some projects I had some hope for to Brittany to quilt for me, since she does such a great job with great ideas. Yep. So I'm gonna give you a tour of the stuff that came back with me. This is one of the first things. I'm showing you the quilting because I said, put some flowers on it. And that's what I got back. Even borders are different types of quilting. So now I have to figure out the border for, let's see, it's interesting topics. And the bit of piece back, which I usually do. Okay, so that's that one. All right, number 1. Number 2, you saw a little glimpse of this for a millisecond towards the end of the summary of the Bargello retreat that Cindy does. I did see it in the background in that one. So if you saw the other videos, you saw the exact corner matching was not really my strong suit. One of my stripes was a little bit thicker than the other 2, so it set everything off. It became frustrating. I had the smaller project, and then I said, you know what, I'm just going to do a half stagger. So instead of having the corners match up, I have it match up about halfway down the space. That's what we saw on the wall. Now with this one, I said roses. I actually liked kind of how this turned out, so I wanted it to be nicely quilted. So you see the roses. I'm pretty sure you see them. Oh yeah, you can see them there. All right, so those are the 2 that I was smart enough to surrender to Brittany. At some point I did try to show you the bigger version of this, but I took out a whole bunch of sort of extra fabric and stuff that really didn't have much meaning to me. It's just going to be a couch snuggle quilt kind of thing. Whoop, upside down. Alrighty, so top half is bottom half is that. Some more color underneath. I did the quilting on this. I'm not going to zoom in for that because basically all I do is sort of outline things, and every once in a while do a little bit of, silliness. I don't have eons of practice. And you saw this before up on the wall. I haven't yet finished this. And this is an experiment I did. I figured out after I was done what went wrong. So my next one I make will be perfect-ish. I was really thrilled with this, and then saw that there was a little bit of odd overlap in some of the corners with 2 of the pieces. Turns out that this was supposed to be 10.5, not 10. So I was a quarter shy in 2 directions when I went to sew it all together. So not only I cut the pieces accurately, did a really good job with that. Just missed that little half right there. I started the flying geese quilt. There was a bunch of different patterns. You can see that in the flying geese video that Cindy does. My husband picked it, and for a long time I've had a bunch of fabrics ready to go to do something for him. So, flying geese. They do look like an airplane that I've used before. But they're called flying geese, and I'm going to make that quilt for him with the fabrics. Hi, I know, no surprise there. I have multiple partially done, or I told somebody I'd do them a long time ago, projects. One of them is a autumn set of fabrics trying to make some placemats. I keep inventing and it's not going smoothly for me, so I'm kind of hoping nobody would vote for that. Oh, by the way, I'd like and subscribe. Definitely a good place to start. I also kind of need some help picking the next project. So in the comments, like, I guess we can do short descriptions of what it is I'm doing. So it's either the placemats, the autumn placemats, the call this one Owls and Rainbows. I found this really cool fabric for the back. I may figure out, oh, of course I'll find the seam where it's sewn together for the back. But see, owls. And what you don't see here is this is all rainbow fabric that I inherited from my mom when we, what is that there? A matter of balance, managing concerns about falls. Oh, probably physical therapy. Anyway, come on, brain, you can do it. So, owls, and when my mom gave up quilting, she had a rainbow project she was going to do. So I have absconded with the fabric. So we have, to repeat, our options are placemats. Probably going to have to do all new fabric at this point. The owls and rainbows, that's redesigned completely in my head because I thought I was going to do a curve, and that just like horribly went. I got frustrated with it and gave sort of a theme here. Now this one I did not give up on. This one was the one that got interrupted to get ready to go to the, was it? No, I gave it up to do the bag. You may have seen those videos. I took that with me. It served me pretty well. It was perfect size, went right under the seat in front of me, whole thing. It's great. And I really liked it. And a couple people commented. So when I stopped what I was doing to do the bag, I stopped working on, so of course momentum has changed. But the very middle of this, and what I'm doing is trying to put borders on it. And all of this, these are 4 5x5 squares sewn together and then cut in different ways. But they're all the same, same amount of fabric. They're just done in different ways. But you can see the typical when you do a, is it missing 4 patch? Possibly. You can get, these in different widths. You can see this one is skinnier than that one, so I was just experimenting with that. And then I did it on a diagonal and got that one. Oh, something dry. It's dust, probably. And then what else did I do? I did this one. I don't know what that's called. It'd be the same as this, just different colorations. And I think I did a Jacob's ladder somewhere. Yep. Turns into a Jacob's ladder if you put them all together. So this is the center. So I've cut the pieces for the border I was designing. I was making blocks to do a border. So I've got quite a bit of work done actually towards the border. Not officially designed yet. Lots of concepts. Concepts aren't a plan. Okay, so we have project I stopped to do the bag. And then I've got the project I started while I was at the retreat. The flying geese. Airplanes, got airplane fabric, got a proper way to call out letters. But as I pointed out, I also have other fabrics destined for a very tolerant partner. There's some clouds to go into it. There are hot air balloons, space, because now there's a space force as well. So, old school airplanes, red airplanes, right? So I've been collecting airplane material whenever I found it. And I really did like drawing room. I think a lot of the patterns were very sort of not super feminine. There were some darker colors. So I've got a whole bunch of that cut up into pieces already. I was going to make something different, but that idea didn't blow up. I didn't like the direction that was going, so I took it apart to save all of you. What else do I have? I think this is an eagle. Oh yeah, there's an eagle too. Ta-da! So all of the, so we'll call that one flying eagle project, right? It's flying geese, but an eagle going to go in it. So flying eagle, which is a giftie for my very tolerant fella. And if you've got one of those, you know, every once in a while you got to show them some appreciation. The Foursquare, the owls and rainbows. Oh, and bindings for the ones that are almost done. I know there was something else. All right, so let's do bindings, owls and rainbows, 4, as in the number 4, Foursquare, and then call it flying eagle, right? That gives you 4 things to vote on? Yeah, that gives you 4 things to vote on. So just in a comment, tell me which one. They all have an equal stress level, either in designing or attention to detail. So I'm going to let somebody else pick because I will keep wavering forever and ever and ever. So I'm guessing the video will go up sort of early July. I can distract myself with smaller projects or maybe start on some of this by mid-July, 15th of July. If this hasn't gone out, I'll make sure the new date is put in somewhere. Okay, so I need a vote on the 4 next projects. Gave you a summary of the retreat. Also, if you feel so moved, please comment, even subscribe, vote, thumbs up, assorted things. I think the videos are going to keep getting better and there's going to be more sewing. Yeah, I think this is going to be a thing I want to do for a while. So like and subscribe. You'll get to watch my hair go whiter. It's really starting to speed up. They say you get your father's hair, and his went white pretty fast when it did go white. So that should be fun. I can look back on it and go, oh look, at one point I had gray hair. Now I've got white hair. Might be entertaining. Going to do some traveling in September, some of it quilting related. So there may be a video from that. Going to Eastern Pennsylvania, lots of quilting and fabric and Amish. And there's a quilt festival. I can't remember the name of what it all was, but that's in September. So that's going to be the September project. That's the autumn project. So meanwhile, in summer, I need to sew something. You've got the 4 names. Let me know. Suggestions welcome. Kind, constructive criticism, I ask, please, because that's what I do for others. So genuinely vote or make suggestions. I've said it 100 times, so I won't. Catherine, the quilting therapist. That's something I didn't say at the beginning. Cat, the quilting therapist, signing off, and hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.